Hi there, Steven. Hope you're having a good trip still. And sorry the video, whatever video that you tried to upload didn't work for you. Yeah, on my end it said 0 bytes, and I tried clicking and it had bunch of error messages. So I'll just kind of keep on going off on the same topics. And I'll talk about something maybe a little bit different today, and kind of going off what you said in your email. Oh, what I noticed that you said in there was that I think it said it took you 10 takes to get a worthy version of Meadow Minuet over to me. So first off, I appreciate the amount of time that probably took to put in there. And secondly, it shouldn't take 10 times. Let's talk about that. So I think what a lot of it is kind of just like try to get a running start. It didn't work. Try back again. Get a running start. Oh, it worked okay that time. Come back. Try again. And I think what we should shoot for is more consistency in your playing. And we've always been trying for that. But I think we're gonna try something maybe different today, and hopefully it might work for you. Because 10 times, that's a whole lot of time. That one time you told me you spent 3 hours recording your audition for Dr. Simon. I think that's way too much. Maybe for me, when I record something from like my Instagram or whatever, usually the first or second's the best, and then after that I get diminishing returns. I try not to do it more than maybe a few tries. And so what we'll try today is I have like 4 points down here that I want you to try. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Meadow Minuet as kind of like an exercise, kind of like a training ground. So it's not like knuckle busting kind of stuff from the Debussy. So we'll use this as kind of like a spot to kind of like try out this method and see if it works for you. And if it works, then we'll try it more with other things and go from there. And like the reason why I like to use this for Meadow Minuet is that Meadow Minuet's not a knuckle buster. But I think we should be able to strive for playing it cleanly all the way through without too many mistakes. So the first thing I want you to do is we're going to go to measures 30 through 32. Oh, by the way, if you haven't done so already, order Suzuki Book 2. We're almost ready to finish up with Book 1 fundamentals, and we're going to get into Book 2 material pretty soon. So I would definitely order that book so that way when I see you, because I won't be here on Thanksgiving as much as I'd like to see you, I'll see you the following week. Anyway, so we're gonna use measures 30 to 32. That's right here in the music where you have A, G sharp, A, and then they jump up to a C sharp. That's kind of like the scary spot for most students in here. And without knowing more detail, like where the mistakes were happening, I'm assuming that's where it was. But this will be applicable to all other spots in this tune, and actually all other tunes. So the first thing is visualization. I know it's scary, but we're gonna take the guitar away for a second. Okay, and you look at the music, all right, and go A, G sharp, A, and then the C sharp. And what you do is you close your eyes, and I'm not gonna start chanting or anything like that and do some yoga. What we're gonna do is we're gonna close our eyes, and in your mind's eye, I want you to visualize what that looks like in the left hand. So if you're A, G sharp, A, and then the shift up to the C sharp. Like literally in your mind, visualize the fretboard. So you have A, in my mind, I'm going through it. I have A, G sharp. I'm picturing in my mind where it is. So 5, 4, 5th fret, all the way up to 9th fret for the C sharp. I'm gonna do it again in my mind. So, I'm seeing it in my mind. And then when you do this, you do want to do this with small pieces. You don't want to do like the whole, maybe later on, maybe you might want to, but in the beginning, just do like maybe a couple measures. Like we're literally doing 2 measures. So visualize, you might close your eyes. Can you visualize different parts of the song? If you can't, you're relying mostly on muscle memory and a little ear, but you should be able to visualize in your mind's eye. Next thing, if you do the visualization, you can actually go to like standard sheet music and actually write out the part. Can you put Meadow Minuet away, and can you write it out? Right? And if you can't, then your memory on the piece might be not as sharp as you think it is, and it's little things like that are causing your problems. And until you start doing things like this, you're just doing the same practice approach for everything and then wondering why you're getting the same result because you haven't changed your practice approach. So in your mind's eye, visualize A, G sharp, A, and then the C sharp jump, right? Then the next thing that you can do to practice this is you can sing the melody. So you can get that A, give myself an A, and try to sing too poorly for you. So A, G sharp, A, C sharp. So A, G sharp, A, C sharp, ba-dee-dum, bum, 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 bum. Right? So you can do kind of the Glenn Gould guitar. So ba-dee-dum, bum, 2, 3, 1, bum, bum, 2, 3, B, then 2, A, bum, bum, right? And then you play it. A, G sharp, A, C sharp. Oh, I'll put up here so you can see it. So you have A, C sharp, A, or say A, G, A, C sharp. Right? So you've practiced seeing it in your mind's eye. You've practiced singing it. Do it slow. A, G sharp, A, C sharp. If that C sharp's troublesome to you, do that exercise we did before. You bring the hand up and see if you can find it just from up in thin air. Next thing is, that works for the left hand. Now the right hand, have you mapped it out? And if so, do you follow that? I started doing, actually I went to experiment with my own practice. So I took Laru's Venezuelan Waltz number 2. I'm doing an experiment on. I'm doing an experiment on all these different practice approaches to see if it gives me better returns on my practice time. It feels weird to practice sometimes with the guitar not in your hands. And some players I know, they'll like practice during the day, and then when their hands get too tired to practice, they'll switch over to visualization practice, or singing it, or visualizing the right hand. So it feels weird, but you're still practicing. If I'm speaking kind of like I'm nervous, like, oh, I'm not practicing, I need to put my hands on the guitar. Well, no, you still need to practice the brainwork of classical guitar. So you do A, G sharp, A, C sharp. I sung it. I'm going to visualize it in my mind of playing it on the guitar, and then map out the right hand. You know, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. Even though this is a simple passage, later on when the pieces get more complex, the right hand would do more stuff, but we're just using this as an example. So I am, A, G sharp, A, C sharp. That way we've reduced all the unknown factors as much as we can, because an unknown factor would be, what right hand fingers am I using? Like sometimes I use I, sometimes I use M. You want to reduce those as much as possible. You know where it's placed. You can actually write it down because you know in your head, you visualized it. Oh, it's A, G sharp, A, and then goes up to the C sharp, and you can write the rest of the melody. It's like you can see it in your head, or you can visualize it on the fretboard in your head. Other thing too is, and then the technical practice of well, can I even nail that C sharp? Right? Can I find that out of nothing? Or this song is based off is using the A major scale, but that top part though, right? Do you know where those notes are? So I want you just to take like a small section of Meadow Minuet, probably 30 to 32, or you can try another spot too. Try the visualization, try singing them, and isolate the right hand by itself. Do an experiment for me, and then be okay with practice, changing up your practice routine. Because I know when I sit down to practice, I kind of do my usual routine, and then it feels weird for me to kind of take it out of that and do something that I'm not entirely sure of. But I feel you trying this visualization practice, I think, will really help, because 10 times to record Meadow Minuet, it shouldn't be that way, and I don't want that for you. So we're gonna try this approach to see if it does anything else for you. And then other things I want to talk about. intro back to free stroke. I know I mentioned it last time, the guitarist wave. I want you to practice brushing those strings still. So having the guitar, having your, you have your hand here, right? You fold your fingers and then back to the palm, right? I want you to practice brushing those strings, making sure to avoid this sort of business here, the turning of the hand. So brush the strings. And then, unfortunately, we don't have time right now. But I'll talk about next time about thumb and fingers exercise, thumb and fingers together. We'll do that while we're working on Long Long Ago, which is in book 2. So make sure you get that book 2. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Shoot me back a message, making sure everything sounds good, and let me fill me in on how the visualization practice worked, if it had any sort of benefit for you. I'm hoping it does. So great. I'll see you next time. Bye.